Okay, we are live. Once again, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bexar County County Court at Law number 6 and the Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court. I'm Judge Wayne Christian. We're taking up today cause 649420, State of Texas versus Domingo Moreno. Present are Assistant Criminal District Attorneys Nick Maru and Alexis O'Connor, Defense Counsel Suzanne Kramer, Veterans Treatment Court Director Josh Childers, Veterans Justice Outreach Officer for our VTC, Cho Campbell, and Kimberly Moreno, Mr. Domingo Moreno's wife. And I think Ron Moore is also with us at some point. What this boils down to at this time is that we originally accepted Mr. Moreno into the Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court back on March 16, 2021, at which time he entered a plea of guilty to the offense of driving while intoxicated with a blood or breath alcohol content of 0.15 or higher, which I held in abeyance and placed him on 1 year Track 1 Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court, which is pretrial intervention. At some point during his probation, Mr. Moreno violated the terms of his probation, and I'm going to ask Josh, raise your right hand. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay, Josh, yes? Okay. I'm going to ask you to advise us what the status of Mr. Moreno's probation is with the Veterans Treatment Court. Before that, let's talk about my court reporter. I initiated this hearing really short notice because I wanted to get Mr. Moreno out of jail as quickly as possible. And Mike didn't get the word, so he's not here today. We have no court reporter recording this. However, the actual meeting is being recorded, both audio and visual. And we're just going to let Mike take a look at that after it's all over and go ahead and do a verbatim transcript for us of this hearing. Is that acceptable to the defense?
It is, Judge.
Is that acceptable to the state?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Childers, as director of the Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court, would you please advise the court of the status of Mr. Moreno's probation with us?
Yes, sir. As you noted, he entered a plea on March 19th, 2021, while he was enrolled in Via Serena during a 28-day inpatient program. He completed that program, was released back to his home. On April 15th, he sent an email to myself and Officer Cerna stating that he was likely to begin drinking again, at which point we scheduled a voice conference between myself, Mr. Moreno, and his wife, Kimberly Moreno. And he was given a very clear picture of what sanctions looked like if there were any violations in the program. That was on April 15th. On April 16th, Mr. Moreno decided to drink, at which point he blew a .081 at 10:02 p.m. At 10:04 p.m., he blew a .083. And then again at 10:07, he blew a .079. On 4/19, you ordered scram device for him and made a very clear warning that the next step would be a bond increase or in jail based on the high level of the BRAC, which was above the legal limit for driving. On April 30th at 4:04 p.m., Mr. Moreno sent a mass text to include the VTC staff and his PO, Officer Cerna, stating, in quotes, "I'm going to take my life. That is my only way out. Please do not try to call me. I won't answer," end quote. He then made one more statement after the text group advised him to seek help. Quote, "Oh, now you care about me, whatever. I'm turning off my phone, comma, thanks," end quote. At which point, multiple calls by myself and Officer Cerna to his cell phone went unanswered. I then called Live Oak PD and gave background on Mr. Moreno and advised of his situation and his suicidal comments. They then dispatched an officer. The police report is on file to his house. Mr. Moreno was then intoxicated by the report and had a knife held to his wrist as officers arrived. At which point Mr. Moreno was taken to Laurel Ridge by Live Oak PD and admitted in the early evening, late afternoon on April 30th. Mr. Moreno was, based on the comments that were provided to myself and Ms. Cameron, he was non-compliant with treatment and sent back to the acute side of the facility where they began discharge from Laurel Ridge on Tuesday, May 11th. The court was made aware of this. Judge Christian was alerted and requested that the Bexar County Sheriff's Office have him picked up on an active warrant that was already in place and taken to the Bexar County Jail on May 11th for his safety, and to have a psychological evaluation and competency evaluation completed. And Mr. Moreno has been in custody since May 11th. Judge, you are on mute, sir.
That's how we lost at Gettysburg. Okay, Ms. Kramer and Mr. Moreno. At this time, I need you to identify some signatures for me, allegedly on a document called Defendant's Consent to Hearing by Video Conference relating to this hearing today. Is this your signature on this document, Mr. Moreno?
Yes, Your Honor, it is my signature.
Thank you, sir. And Ms. Kramer, as attorney for Mr. Moreno, is this your signature on this document?
It is, Judge.
Okay, the next document I have is entitled State's Notice of Termination of Pretrial Intervention, which was filed this date and signed by Assistant Criminal District Attorney, Mr. Nicholas Maru. Mr. Maru, is this your signature on this document, sir?
Correct, Judge.
Okay, I'm going to grant the motion, and my signature on date 16 June 21 are going to be on that document. I'm going to take judicial notice of documents in Mr. Moreno's case file, clause number 649420, which include his original consent to plea by video conference, which is dated March 16th, 2021, but I'm thinking the actual plea was on March 19th, 2021. Is that right, Josh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the next document I'm taking judicial notice of in the file is entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonitions, which has the defendant's signature on it and the defendant's attorney's signature at the time on it. And I'm next looking at a document entitled Application for Veterans Treatment Court Track 1 Pretrial Intervention, clause 649420, which is signed by the defendant. That one dated March the 9th. And lastly, a contract between the defendant, his attorney at the time, and the Bexar County Criminal District Attorney's Office, styled Track 1 Pretrial Intervention, which sets out all the contractual terms and conditions of the defendant's Track 1 Pretrial Intervention. And that is signed by Mr. Moreno, his attorney, Ann Burnham at the time, and Mr. Nicholas Maru is the Assistant Criminal District Attorney handling this case. And the last document I guess I really have to talk about is entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, signed by the defendant, his attorney, and myself, which states is a plea bargaining case and the defendant has no right of appeal. So that being said, at this time, Mr. Moreno, the court accepts your plea of guilty to the offense of driving while intoxicated with a blood or breath alcohol content of 0.15 or higher. That was given on March 19th, apparently 2021. And I initially held in abeyance and placed you on pretrial intervention. Your pretrial intervention has been terminated this date. I accept your plea of guilty. I find you guilty. I sentence you to 90 days in the Bexar County Jail, $1,000 fine plus court costs, credit for time served, time and money to run concurrent, judgment satisfied. You have approximately 30 days in the Bexar County Jail waiting to get your evaluation done, which was completed late yesterday afternoon, and we first got our copies, which is why I'm in a hurry to try to get you out of jail because you don't spend any more time there than you have to. And at this time, you have no further connections with the Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court. We appreciate your service. We did everything we could do to try to assist you in any way we can, and we're still willing to do that if you need something from us, okay?
Yes,
What can we do for you at this time? What questions do you have?
I don't have any questions, Your Honor. Thank you for trying to get me out of here as soon as possible. I appreciate everybody in the Veterans Court. It's just, I just don't think it's the best thing for me. Like y'all think the same way. It's not the best thing for me because I have issues and I'm trying to get those worked out.
Okay, Dr. Jumes, J as in Juliet, UMES, Juliet Uniform Mike Echo Sierra, PhD, licensed psychologist, gave a very detailed report. We'll be happy to get you a copy of it if, through your attorney if you don't already have one. Obviously, you've been in jail. We probably can't get you one yet.
I'm forwarding it to his wife, Judge, via email.
Perfect. Thank you. But the recommendation he had basically is you've got a lot of personal issues that a lot of them that you can handle on your own, and others are going to need assistance from other folks, which is where the VA comes in. He recommends strongly you stay on your medications because there are some things in your life you can't handle without having the medication, but the medication allows you to handle them. I think you of all people know more about what I'm talking about than I do. So you need to stay on your meds. And Mrs. Moreno, if he gets out of line, you're still welcome to still rat him out with us. We have no authority over him anymore, but we still like him. So if we can help you guys in any way, you let us know.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Josh, you have anything further to say?
No, sir. Mr. Moreno, Ms. Moreno, there are plenty of resources in the community here in Bexar County. If you find that you need counseling as a couple, as a family, outside the VA, all you have to do is give us a call and we'll refer you to our community partners. And our best of luck to both of you.
Thank you, sir.
Is Mr. Moreno, were you working before all this went down, or are you interested in working? Is that something that you would like to do?
Yes, Your Honor, something I would like to do. Right now, I'm in a program for real estate, so I'm trying to get my real estate license.
Okay.
But I got 2 classes left.
Well, Josh's best friend is Major General Bergner over at Goodwill Industries. So if your major plan doesn't work out and you need a fallback position, give Josh a call and we'll give Major General Bergner a call. And I assure you, he'll find you something interesting to do over at Goodwill.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
I hope your real estate deal works out. So get cards, send us all a card. You know how that works. If we want to buy and sell houses, we'll call you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Mr. Maru, do you have anything further from the state?
No, Judge.
Ms. Sarah, anything further from the probation department?
No, Judge, not at this time.
Joe,
Nothing
anything
from me.
further from the VA? I'll get to you in a minute.
No, sir. Nothing further from me.
Ms. Kramer, do you have anything further or any requests?
Nothing from me, Judge.
Okay, best of luck, Mr. Moreno. The jail works kind of slowly, as you're probably well aware by now. So it's going to be several hours yet to go, but they're going to let you out, and it's probably going to be late afternoon or evening at some point. So best of luck, and once again, don't hesitate to call us and we can help you again. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Ms. Moreno, best of luck. Thanks for your help.
Thank you, sir.